Well, festival season is just a few months away, and Four Winds Music Festival is coming July 11th to 13th at the Riverstone Retreat near Durham. And everyone from the Strumbellas to the Sadies, Jeremie Albino to Ontarians, they're on this amazing lineup, and you get to be out in nature, camp if you want to, enjoy the sounds and food and vendors. It's sounds like quite a party, and I'm so excited. Joining me right now, I've got members of Ontarians. We've got Craig and Jay and Frank, and of course, Ariana from the Happiness Mafia. You're all with me. Welcome.
Great
Thanks
to be
for
here.
having us.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I feel like we need to start with you, Ariana, because the Happiness Mafia is, and Craig,
Yeah.
because together you are the Happiness Mafia.
Correct.
You are kind of the creators of this whole festival. So can you bring us back to the start?
The start, yeah. The start was really in Antarctica, believe it or not.
In Antarctica?
yeah, that's where it started. I was on an expedition ship in 2022-23 for a couple months, and we spoke. We got a chance to speak, and talked about the happiness. I said I had a dream. The Happiness Mafia was the name of something we were going to do, and I got back, and we pretty much immediately went for dinner with our good friend Jeremie Rhodes, who is Elephant Thoughts, and decided we would start a music festival at the Riverstone Retreat, which is the Elephant Thoughts campus in the town of Durham, Ontario.
For real, Antarctica.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is the wild.
Yeah, no, I know.
We've got a
Kind of a
festival in
strange-
Durham.
But
Right.
to me,
Starting in
that's where it starts, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
We had actually, it's actually started before that. So Craig and I met at a house concert, and so from that moment on, I'm sort of like the business part of the Happiness Mafia, and I was just in love with the whole musician, the whole vibe that it gives, and we started doing house shows and concerts ourselves, and then from that point on, the idea was born of the Happiness Mafia, and we're very blessed to be partnering with Elephant Thoughts, which is a non-for-profit organization that helps Indigenous youth through education and opportunities for work. And we get to have our festival there at their beautiful location.
That's amazing. So I'll switch to you guys over here. As a band who's playing the festival, what's the vibe like? Can you set the scene for listeners who might be coming as fans or bands?
Oh yeah, it's like as soon as you enter the grounds, it's just it's okay. We're gonna chill out. Everybody's in a good mood. It's like a wide open space. There's a lot of forest, and there's a river that runs right through it. People like float down the river in between acts and things like that. There's always awesome like food vendors, all sorts of different vendors. It's just like a little pop-up community that exists for 3 days. That just manifested joy basically. And I mean the music obviously is always great. They do a great job of curating this whole thing. And as players, it's just a really nice stage to be on because the audiences are just wonderful. It's just a great space to be in. Yeah.
I love a good festival, and I know that in particular with a festival of this size, there's that kind of camaraderie between the fans and the bands, and everyone's hanging out. Looking at this lineup, you guys are in great company. Is there anyone on the lineup that would be a dream collaborator?
Oh, good question. I love Weather Station. All of them, all of the above.
Yeah.
Love to collaborate, but love Weather Station. Jeremie Albino.
Oh, absolutely. Ramon Chicharron is going to be playing. He's from Montreal, and he's awesome. So I'm Latina by background, and so I love the vibes that our festival has. Last year we had Alicia Brilla and Human Rights, and so we find our audience loves to in the afternoon just dance and go swimming by the river. It's just a really good vibe for everyone. So.
Yeah. I love the fact that this location just sounds like the most magical place to get everyone.
It really is. Yeah. You kind of get lost in it. It's an experience. Four Winds Music Fest is really more of an experience than it is just a music festival. So it's not a stage in a field. There's a lot going on, and the vibe is really proper. It's great.
Right. We have yoga as well. Besides that, it's included with the price. There is drumming. There is tours that people can do. There's just a bunch of other things that are included as part of the 3-day package.
That's so cool. Now, of course, other than your instruments, are you guys camping folks as well? You're there the whole time?
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there the whole time.
I guess I prefaced my question weird, but I wanted to say, other than your instruments, what would be the item that is the necessity to bring to the festival?
Bring your dancing shoes. There's a lot of dancing, like sort of ad hoc dance groups all over the festival. Like you'll always see people in every pocket of the space just dancing. It's great.
Yeah, and we love to see after the festival, like the little groups going and doing their own jam sessions. So they go off and they do start bonfires and they'll start, playing. And because, like you said, the vibe is such that it's small enough that you see artists walking around and they have joined those groups and have played with the attendees. So it's pretty cool how chill it is. Yeah.
So this is the third year, correct?
Yeah.
So how much has it grown since the first?
We probably by 30% each year. So we're still relatively small, but we're not big. We are. We have. It's a pretty large space, 130 acres, which is big. But the actual festival ground area is not huge, so we kind of we like to cap things off around 2,000 people. So that's not a huge festival by any stretch. So that's around where we're at.
So all the sight lines are amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they are.
There's no bad seats.
For sure they are.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well,
Yeah.
Ontarians, I wanted to ask you guys a couple questions. First off, we need to get you in some sort of, provincial promotional video or something. Like you need to soundtrack something for like Ontario, there's no place like home or whatever.
Oh, man, I don't know.
Yours to discover.
Oh yeah, yours to discover.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's an interesting name. So aren't you originally from the Sioux and Collingwood and everywhere kind of in between?
That's correct. Yeah.
So what is it about? Because like to pick a province and like members of a provincial, place, give us some scoop.
Well, I mean, band names are tricky. A lot of them are taken, and so I think when we started, when Craig and I started writing songs together, we weren't even planning on really starting a band. I don't think we were just trying.
Really.
We liked each other's work, and we were just collaborating, and we were kind of seeing what happened. And then we kind of realized one day that we were a band now, so we needed a name. And that's, basically the story of this band is we cover, out of necessity, we cover a lot of Ontario pretty regularly, kind of driving back and forth to work together. And our other member, who's not here today, Jay Stiles, is initially from London, Ontario, but has spent a lot of time all over Ontario, lives in Texas now. So, like, just traveling across this big province is kind of a big part of our origin story. Yeah. And that's actually how we met. We were on the same Ontario tour together in different acts many years ago. And so then, it just had kind of a nice ring to it. I don't know if it was a good idea, to be honest with you.
I
Like,
don't know
it's
either.
not great for Google searches. But
Google search Ontario. Yeah, it's our Ontarians. You get a number of different things, but here we are, and that's what we are. Ontarians, yours to discover.
All right, so your latest record, More How It Is, came out in the fall. So I guess this was like priming you for festival season. You are like ready to roll.
Amen. We're always ready to roll.
yeah.
What was the experience like putting that record together?
That was a really. It's always great working the collaboration. Frank and I essentially are the two songwriters in the band. We come together and we kind of rent a cabin on Lake Superior or wherever we go. We started the last record on Pancake Bay on Lake Superior and just writing songs and getting a little silly and that's how this record started there. And essentially, we do have to travel a great distance to be together to do this. So our time is really focused when we are getting together. Often we kind of map out and try to stick to a schedule so we can be productive together. So this record was great making it. We always have a blast. We love making music together.
Now, is it Sault Ste. Marie and Collingwood are the two kind of main homes?
That's right.
Is Lake Superior, is it my geography now?
Yeah,
I'm talking to
Lake Superior
Ontarians.
is just past Sault Ste. Marie.
So I was going to say, it's not in the middle by any stretch.
No, it's
But
not.
you need that remote vibe.
Yeah,
Cabin in the
we've
woods.
been up there.
Well,
We don't normally go up to Lake Superior, but we'll often go in between, or I'll come down to Collingwood because we wind up recording at Craig's studio in Collingwood. The Lake Superior trip was we were just getting started. Our first record was out, and we wanted to, get into writing new material. And we thought, well, let's just head up there for a few days, for no other reason other than it's just really beautiful up there. And so that's kind of how we got the new batch of songs kicked off, was just putting ourselves in that spot. Yeah.
When you're creating songs, do you ever have the live experience in mind? Like, are there certain songs that, yeah.
For sure. I think that always goes through. That's definitely not a main focus when writing a song. But as we go through and start sorting out what songs we like, sometimes that comes into it. Playing live, how the song's going to be live. And often songs kind of go through a second. Playing them live isn't always the way they are on a record for us anyways. So we kind of reinvent songs to play live too. So yeah, it's the songs are kind of living, breathing things. They're always they are one thing on the record, and we honor that and play the songs, but with often a slightly different twist on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, when I'm just a little nosy, as of course you're playing the festival, and so I'm just wondering, when you look at that set list, having a new record, just kind of like in the wings, which tracks do you think are like? Do you already have tracks that you were like, oh, this is going to be the one? This is the one for the festival. This is the one for the live experience for sure.
Yeah, there's a few of those for sure. I think like there's certain songs that really translate live in that sort of setting. Like I'm thinking about when we first wrote "Trippin'." We've got a song called "Trippin'" on the new record, and that was like kind of an instant dance success at the festival when we tried it. I think that was probably the first place that we played that song live. And so you kind of learn what works, and then also, in a situation like that, maybe we stretch that song out a little bit. It becomes a little bit more of a live adventure than the more condensed, record version. And it's always evolving. The set list is always evolving. We learn about these songs. We're currently in the middle of a little run where we're just playing as an acoustic trio, which we haven't done with these songs before. So we kind of, or lately in rehearsals, we've been kind of reworking all the songs again to fit that way. It's just it's always kind of in motion. Yeah.
Is it going from the festival dance test to the acoustic slow dance test to see what's resonating?
If we could get a snowball out of one of these songs, that would be amazing. Yeah.
For those who are new, I know there's a couple records. I was diving into your previous record as well. But what are your favorite tracks to kind of introduce folks to you with? If you're like, hey, dive into this one.
It depends on the folks.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
Mood, really.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really smart way. It's like, all right. What track do you think is the most Ontarians?
Oof. Huh. What a great question. I mean,
I didn't study for this.
I like I like that our music is has I think it has meaning, depth beyond the surface. So we have a new single out called "Babies on a Bike," which on the surface is just a fun song with the image of babies on a bike. But dig a little deeper and there's more to discover under the surface.
As people who have been, you've obviously hit the road throughout this province and beyond, when it comes to taking that experience, that lived experience, and putting it into a festival environment as, being either very close to one of the organizers or one of the organizers, what is in your kind of priority list for the artist experience?
Well, that's a good question, and having been on all sides of the industry, and as a performer, running a festival, talent buyer, all these things, it's important for the artist to feel. I like the fact that our festival is kind of the barriers are down. There's not really a lot of security, so we're all kind of part of the same experience. Just creating a really great environment for people to feel like they're in a place where they can do their best work, where they can rock out and they can hang with people, and it's just really chill.
And obviously, being in Toronto, I feel like we need to drive just a couple hours and chill. We need to park it for 3 days and go to the middle of a forest.
That's right.
Swim in the river and listen to some solid tunes.
Turn off the news.
I think it's getting increasingly important to put yourself in those sorts of places, in all honesty, for sure.
That's right. Rent a horse, find a trail, come up.
Can you really rent a horse?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was like, this festival is now really next level.
It's another level.
We can get you a horse.
Yeah, we'll get you a horse. You want a horse? We'll get you a horse.
I don't know if I
knows
need
a
a
guy.
horse if there's a place to have a beer. I don't know if I can do both. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. We're looking forward to seeing you and so many other great acts at the Four Winds Festival. And of course, it's a fourwindsmusicfest.com for all the details. And we appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much.